Amazon unveiling a new set-top box this morning dubbed Fire TV to stream video, games, and music to the TV set. It's Wednesday, April 2nd. Welcome to Lunch Break. I'm Lee Hawkins. Joining me now to discuss this ambitious move by Amazon to break into the living room is Bob O'Donnell, Tech Analysis Research Founder and Chief Analyst. He joins us via La Jolla, California to discuss this. Bob, it looks like Amazon Chief Jeff Bezos is ready to shake up the streaming world, but what exactly would Amazon be bringing to the market?
Well, I mean, I think what Amazon wants to try and do is leverage some of, obviously, the video assets they have to provide a video service, and then some other interesting elements. One of the things they're trying to do, for example, is to leverage this X-ray feature that they have with their Kindles. And with that, you can, for example, look up details of a character about a book that you're reading. Well, they'll leverage that into their video content as well. You know, details still remain to be seen, but, for example, I could see them setting up a dual screen environment where you can use their video set-top box along with a Kindle, and so, for example, have information pop up about a character or an actor or something that you're watching on your Kindle. That would be an obvious connection that I think we may see them start to develop as well.
It looks like a cool device there, but you know, Amazon is by far the leader in e-commerce. We know that, but they trail Google and YouTube and Netflix in terms of streaming music and video. Is it too late for them to try and catch up and build a presence in this business?
I don't think so, because when we look at over-the-top video services like this, really, we're still kind of in early days. People are getting used to Netflix and Hulu and all of these kinds of things, but we're still not totally there because, for example, none of these things have live streaming sports yet, and some of the other things that people really want. So, I mean, yes, are they a little bit late to the party? Sure, of course they are, and there's a lot of competition out there, and it will be difficult for them to really completely stand out from everyone else, but I don't think it's too late because I think there are still things to come. I think their content arrangement deals are going to have to be made, and Amazon, as a big player, has a lot of potential power in that regard.
Yeah.
And so I think we might see them leveraging that.
Well, they spent $1 billion to acquire content and produce original programming, but it would still seem to be a bit outside of their wheelhouse getting into the media industry now. How have they fared with what they've done so far?
Well, I think they've done pretty well. I mean, if you look at all the Amazon, a lot of people who use Amazon Prime are doing it because they want access to that video content. And they have, you know, millions of people who use Prime. So, you know, you're right. I mean, it'll be interesting to see, but I think they recognize that they can do a number of things. It's not necessarily about being a media company, although they are clearly doing that. I think it's about being a delivery service, right? If you look at Amazon's business model, what do? They deliver things that people want. Well, it's been fixed good up till now, and I think we're going to see them starting to branch out into these digital goods, shall we say, you know, and virtual goods. And TV service is clearly a virtual good people want delivered. So, I mean, in one way, if you think about it from that perspective, I think it makes sense.
Bob, what does this tell us about the future?
Well, I mean, I think what it tells us about the future is that we're going to see a lot more effort at consolidating different services across different devices. I mean, it's interesting that Amazon is using the Fire OS. They call this thing Fire TV, which reflects the fact they're using Fire OS, which is their own custom forked version of Android, on it. And it's the same thing that they used in the Kindle Fire tablets. And, you know, we're seeing people talk about having services that work across multiple different devices and multiple different platforms. And I think this is sort of a tiny step in that direction.
All right, Bob O'Donnell, thank you very much for that information. I know you'll be all over this in the future. Thank you.
Thank you.